Everyone here can shoot with an Alexa or a scrappy iPhone. How do you guys present yourself as solution solvers and not just camera rentals? Just like I said before, you want to be more of a doctor and not a drug dealer. Drug dealer, one size fit all, wham, bam, here you go. Get high, come back and see me. Doctors ask the right questions. We discover pain points, and then we write a prescription for that pain point. That subscription is a cinematic solution. We know this is what I think we should do to help you get to X, Y, and Z using content. Because the regular camera guy, like, we'll show up. What's the idea? We're going to show up. We're going to film it. We're going to push record. There you go. So you want to make sure that you understand what their problem is. And when they determine that you're really asking great questions because you really care about what they're going through, then they will open up and give you everything you need to be successful. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my personal opinion. There's no law to this or nothing. A decal is a complete waste of money. When was the last time you chased the car down and squinted at it to get the number off the side? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're never big enough. They're always like, you're just like, what? I think they do real estate or something, or they selling cookies. Like, listen, you don't have to wrap the whole vehicle. You can get a half wrap. You can get a quarter wrap. Just don't get that magnet. Don't get nothing on your back window that's just like, call us. I be seeing Gmail accounts and everything. Just if you're going to get a van and you're going to wrap it, at least get I would say personally. So if you've seen my van, I got what's called a 3/4 wrap. I don't even have a full wrap. I just left the front white and I just got the logo across the hood. But it swooshes down. It's a 3/4 wrap. It's not a full wrap. You can find creative ways to have 3/4 and half wraps that maybe blend into the color of your vehicle. So you don't have to have a full wrap. But don't get that metal magnet door sticker thing. The people who are selling these items to you gonna tell you they work, but then you got to think, when in life have I ever seen one? When have I ever seen one? And I was like, I'm about to call them right now. Probably never. So I'm personally against them. I think stack your bread, because you're gonna spend $100, $200 for a magnet. You can spend $500 and get a quarter wrap. Something like that. Jason asks, but what's your process on figuring out a client's real needs so that you can maximize value? Literally have that conversation with them. Literally asking them questions. You say you want a video for X, Y, and Z. I literally ask clients, what made you come to that conclusion? What made you decide video is the answer? Let them talk. We want to train people and we want to, be able to keep it consistent, because we were bringing in trainers, and let them tell you. They'll tell you what their true problem is. I need headshots. What made you guys decide you need headshots? Well, our old headshots, we didn't like them because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people get headshots because they didn't like their old one. It ain't because the pictures is old. Those are things you need to think about. Now I can offer you a higher quality headshot. The last guy did black background, regular headshots. We have executive level headshots, shallow depth of field. We do a little more skin touching up, teeth whitening. Now I just upsold you on headshots, when you were really just going to buy my regular headshot package. Mr. B says, do you follow up with an actual phone call or email? Always a phone call. Don't treat your good customers with an email. Don't do it. You know how mad you would be if you bought a car and your dealership sent you an email like, hey, you get a free oil change, but you got to get it in April, and you open that email in May? You'd be pissed. Be personable, right? Give people that the respect and value is when you deal with a person. When you call a company and you hear, please press 1 do you feel better than if you hear somebody say, hey, thank you for calling such and such. How may I help you? Which one makes you feel better? That's a no-brainer, right? You feel better when you speak to a person. That keeps you with that company. Customer service is a big part of your business. If you're not focused on it, if you haven't thought about it, if you haven't paid attention to it, customer service is a huge part of your business. If you're not dedicating time and dedicating a part of your success to your customer service, you're doing something wrong. It's extremely important that customer service is a part of your success story, because a lot of people just feel like, here, you good, here go your video. All right, on to the next. No, work on that client. Where should creators invest some of their profits? That's a really good question, because the first time I got a big check from a company and all my bills were paid, I was like, what do I do with this? Do I get rims or what? Like, what do I do? What's next? And, I started to look at understanding how I can be better with converting my conversion rate, right? To bring in more people. Because once you get that big check and you living on top of the world, it's a high. You never want to lose that high. You're like, I want this every month. I want to cash a check like this all the time and not just once. So I started looking at ways to become more efficient. I started looking at how much traffic was coming to my website and how many people were contacting me, and trying to get that number as close as possible. If I'm getting 100 people go to my website and I'm getting 5 call me, I'm trying to get that number of people who are calling me a lot closer, which is, it's impossible to get 100 out of 100. but there are industry standards in which you would kind of have an understanding if you're doing good or not. And those are things that make your income go from this to this. It'll even it out. And then you start going up. Those little things are things that makes your world more predictable. A lot of people are afraid to leave jobs because they feel like I'm out here and I don't know when I'm gonna get a client. And when you become more efficient and you start investing in things like that, you'll be able to forecast your business. And you want to invest in things that help you create long-term relationships with clients, right? So email marketing is great. If you send a freaking fruit basket to a client like that you've worked with, like those are little things that help build relationships so that they keep calling you. If you want to send information to a client to say, hey, I know we did your headshots, but we also can do your video, your yada, 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 your yada, and have that client keep you in mind so that when they have a Halloween party, they're like, we can call you to film it. Like I've had clients that I've done video for and they just use me for everything. Like they was hiring me so much that when their executives had private events, they would still call me to film it and be like, yo, our executive got a housewarming party. I don't really do housewarming parties, but they're paying my base rate plus my structure-based rate, plus my hourly. Like, I'm out there, let's go. Those are things that I've invested in, just making sure my clients are aware of other services we provide and they start using it. Any tips for hiring a copywriter for a website? So I have my favorite copywriter. If you go to FlashFilm Academy and click under tools, you'll see the ones I like off Fiverr, because I like copywriters that have an idea for SEO. That's just, sales and SEO are the two things I look for out of a good writer. And now as things grow, I'm looking for more people who have an understanding of my audience, my area, who know about cameras and things like that. So it helps. But that's where I would start, unless you get with a really good marketing company that can handle that for you. Hey, keep in mind that the video you just watched contains clips from a longer lecture that's available to our gold members at FlashFilmAcademy.com. You can go to FlashFilmAcademy.com to watch the complete lectures if you want to get all the gems and all the information, or you can stay on the channel and continue watching some of our content here. Just click one of those boxes somewhere around here. You know where to go. Right up in here, somewhere, wherever it pops up, you know what to do. You got this.